Hello there, it's David once again. Today I want to show you how we have integrated a lot of the CasaSetup functionality into the CasaTunesX app. And the great thing about this is that now there's a single app that allows you to not only control CasaTunes but also configure CasaTunes. So it's great for dealers. There's no need to use two different applications. And by being part of the CasaTunesX app, it means that the same user interface is now available on Android, Apple, and HTML5 web browser type devices. Okay, so how do we get to this new functionality? You can either select the settings off of the Rooms menu options page, Rooms menu option item, like we are on this page. So we scroll down to the settings, we select settings, and now you'll see this new system setup option under system settings. You do need to be running on the latest CasaTunes version for you to have this option. So let's go take a look and see what the system setup's all about. And you'll see here that this pretty much looks familiar, or should look familiar, to CasaSetup. It provides a lot of the same functionality. We have renamed a couple of things. For example, the controller type in CasaSetup is now called a matrix amplifier, since we're really selecting a matrix amplifier. And but we have matrix amplifier, we have sources, rooms, and room groups, just as before. We've promoted the paging options out of the controller type and made its own separate item, as we have the music server mode. So some of you may recall that you can configure your CasaTunes music server either in system or streamer mode. In streamer mode, CasaTunes is just providing streams and is not controlling a third party or a CasaTunes matrix amplifier. In system mode, CasaTunes is doing both. It's providing the streams and it's controlling the matrix amplifier. So if you're using, for example, an Elan system and you just want streams, you would change it to streamer mode. And that's really simple right now. You simply just edit this option and select whether you want streamer or system mode. So we've greatly simplified that. So just going through a couple of these really quickly here. The matrix amplifier, this is where you get to pick your matrix model. CasaTunes has 60 plus different matrices that we support. And then once you select it, you're going to get a bunch of, it's context sensitive, so depending on the matrix type, you'll get different properties that you need to set up. We have our sources, very similar to before. We have the physical source number running down the left-hand side here. So this is source 1, 2, 3, and so forth. The other thing that we've done is we've differentiated between sources that are hidden and not hidden. The gray ones obviously are the hidden ones. The blue ones are the active ones. But similar to CasaSetup, once you go into a source or select a source, you can set all the different properties or all the different configuration options for that specific source. One thing that we have done in this CasaTunesX app is in CasaSetup we had the concept of basic and advanced settings. In the CasaTunesX app, because we have the ability to do a lot more inline documentation, we've gone ahead and exposed all the advanced settings, so there's not multiple layers, and then just put descriptions on what each of those settings are if they're a little more obscure. Similarly for rooms are hidden. We've also grayed out, and then the other rooms are highlighted in the blue color. And again, you can set up all the different settings for a room: the general settings, volume settings, EQ settings, room source settings, airplay settings, page settings, trigger output settings, and if you're using this room as an input to an AV receiver, the AV receiver settings as well. So now it's nice, it's all in one place, and you can do all the setup for a room in that one place. Room groups, pretty much the same thing. You can create room groups, delete room groups, configure what's in each room group, etc. Now, as mentioned before, we've promoted the paging options out of the what was originally the controller type, and it's basically its own thing now. We have also introduced the concept of a manual trigger, and there's a separate video that discusses that. So if you're interested in adding a microphone to a CasaTunes system to be able to broadcast throughout a house or through a business, you might want to check that video out as well. We have our AirPlay settings. We have serial control, which was hidden under advanced settings. It was third-party control. We have the ability to update CasaTunes from within CasaTunesX. And we have licensing information, time zone information, and we also have notifications. This allows dealers to receive notifications on CasaTunes events, like for example the CasaTunes shut down, or the CasaTunes started up, or a component in CasaTunes failed. So a dealer can define the project name, so he can differentiate between different projects, and then can supply one or more email addresses, and then whenever an event happens, they will get notified. So this is a simple management by exception way that allows our dealers to be proactively manage their customers if that's the service that they're providing. And with that, that's pretty much a quick overview of the CasaSetup functionality that's integrated in CasaTunesX. Thank you for your time.